Do you see it? No. And now? No. And this one? This one is illuminated now. So I see one green LED, but I cycled it several times. Let me try one more time. Okay. Now you have two greens. Okay, so I turned it on. Let's try it one more time. No, Nikolái has no LEDs illuminated. How about the lights? Yes, the lights are on. All right, because, you know, without activating RIBA, we wouldn't have had the lights operational. The one that's above your forehead, the LED, is now green. Yes, it is green. But again, it's blinking. It turned itself off, and now it's illuminated again. Okay. Okay, Sergey, so shall we keep wasting time on it? It doesn't work. I don't know why the LEDs are not yet illuminated. What did you say about the dropout? We had a very short dropout, but we understand, so Oleg has two green LEDs. I only have the one above my forehead, but the HEPA LED does not go green. All right. Let's press on. We are 1 hour into the EVA. Well, well, so far we spent about 5 minutes on that. Do we need to secure it? Is it okay? Yes, it's already secured. Very well. All right, close it. All right, we're about to start translating with a mobile link. Yes. Start with the hooking the equipment tether. Okay. Now on the mobile link. So far, I'm the one hanging on it. All right. Yeah, indeed you do. Now, you need to rehook the hook that is currently attached to the Strela beam. I'm taking the adjustable tether. It's right here, connected to the beam, and the second hook that runs from the magnetic mechanical lock ball joint. It is now attached to the gap spanner. All right. Now you need to use two adjustable tethers to carry the mobile link. All right, so I need to remove it from the adapter, yes. Yes, this one has to be secured. Then let me secure it first, and then I will unhook the other one. The more security, the better.
Oleg,
tell me about the temperature. Are you comfortable? So far, I'm comfortable. Copy. Where should we hook it to? I believe to these handrails. You see, we clamp them. We push them together.
This is Mission Control in Houston. 1 hour, 3 minutes into today's spacewalk. Kononenko and Chub now have secured all of the equipment, the scientific payloads that they will be installing on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module later in the spacewalk today. The crew will shortly use the Strela telescoping boom to transport themselves to Naúka from the Poisk module. Kononenko will move to the coolant fluid surfacer reservoir on Naúka, while Chub will move toward the interface where the external radiator is attached to the body of Naúka. That's the external radiator that leaked coolant back on October 9th.
Tethers is that they always twist in the area of the lock.
Once they are at their respective positions on either side of that radiator, they will begin to work in tandem to configure a number of valves that will isolate the external radiator from the rest of the thermal coolant system for the multipurpose laboratory module that is being cooled by its body radiator, the radiator on the structure of the module itself that it launched with back in May of 2010.
And to Strela, what about the second one? Holding the second one. All right. I'm holding it. Oh, do not pull it back yet. Any entanglements? No, I'm just loosening it, and as soon as I'll finish loosening, I will hook it to the ring right away. We need to attach our reds to the attachment point. Give me a second. It does not reach all the way to the end. Can you release this hook and attach it to the mobile link? You see that hook, right? So to the mobile link and closer to me. Oh my God, what a beauty. Right here, give it here. Okay? We have an attachment point, right? Let me rehook it. So it looks like. Okay, one. One equipment tether is secured. Sergey, can you hear? Yes, I copy you guys. Secured to the mobile link in the lock area. The other end is connected to the movable ring. No, the second one is attached to the beam. Yes, it's secured on the beam, correct. Now this one can be unhooked and reattached to the beam, right? Okay. Let me hand it to you here below. And can you hook it to the beam? Yes. Okay, that's the first one. Where's the second? I can see it. This is the second one. It's in front of me, attached to the transportation ring. Well, what now? Shall we start translating? Wait a minute, let me reattach myself to the transportation ring.
Flying just to the west of Peru from northwest to southeast, the International Space Station, supporting the 268th spacewalk for assembly maintenance and upgrades in station history that began almost 25 years ago on the STS-88 mission that mated the Unity module and the Zarya module at the beginning of station assembly.
All right, I'm secured.
1 hour, 9 minutes into today's spacewalk by Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub, they are about to make their way down to the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. You see a view of Chub wearing the Orlan spacesuit bearing the blue stripes. This from a helmet camera on Kononenko, who is in the 6th spacewalk of his career.
Coming from the clear side, but still you'll be doing it head down. So let's do it the way we initially planned. Okay. So do you suggest to go to your side? No, but I can find support on the module here. My legs are now supported. Okay, when you be positioning yourselves, pay attention at the target on PHO. You need to position yourselves to make sure that this target will not be on your way. Yes, we see. Yes, but there is a small hook connected to the mobile ring. I think we can release it. Yes, so it's in work, and we'll reattach it to Strela.
All right, we have the mobile ring free. Let me move a little bit, translate further. And you will have this mobile ring, and I will hand it over, and we'll start translating. And I'm moving to your side then, is that correct? Yes. And where do you have this mobile ring connected right now? It's connected with a French hook to MLM. Great. Both of them. And the tether that you use to secure STU, what's its status? What tether? The tether that's securing STU. Where is that? It needs to be secured with a tether. So once you get there to MLM, you will need to secure it there as well, and you will need this tether. Copy. Then Nikolái disconnected on at the other side. Okay. On my, is it on my side or on your side? I think it's on my side. Right. Now move forward a little bit so that I have my second transportation tether. And there is nothing in the way or grabbing onto anything, right? On my side, there are no handrails. And this tether, I have actually reattached it to the mobile ring. Is it it? Is it what we need? Well, have you disconnected the mobile ring? Well, I found some markings on the tether, so. Okay, you've got it? I did. I've got it now. And I am rotating. We're on the same side now.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour, 13 minutes into the spacewalk. Kononenko and Chub about to make their way to the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module, setting up all of the equipment that they have removed from the Poisk module airlock, attaching it with the appropriate tethers, securing all of that equipment, a mini synthetic radar aperture science payload, and a device that will deploy a nanosatellite called Parus, a solar sail technology satellite, once it is mounted on the body of Naúka a bit later in today's spacewalk.
Oleg. All right, I'm pushing the ring.
Once they are at Naúka and have secured the equipment at that point, the two cosmonauts will be preparing to do the work on the external radiator that leaked back on October 9th. Kononenko will move to the coolant fluid servicer, that's a coolant reservoir at the Naúka module, while Chub positions himself at the interface where the external radiator is mounted on the body of Naúka itself. The external radiator is the one that leaked back on October 9th.
And it's not, make sure you're not
the Naúka module still being cooled, however, in normal fashion through its body radiators that it launched with back in May of 2010 on the STS-132 mission. The objective today is to isolate the external radiator from those coolant loops so that the prime radiator, the body radiator on Naúka, can continue to be operated in a normal fashion to provide the coolant and the cooling capability necessary for the multipurpose laboratory module.
All right, move forward now. Okay. All right, I'm translating. Everything's nominal. All right, we need to push it a little bit further, right? Correct. Push it a little bit more. But use your judgment there. Can't see really. All right, so this tab, try and move it in this position and decide whether you need to do that. And I'm not seeing, and secure it to the handrail. All right, secure it to the ring. Sergey. Well, the beam itself is floating a little bit.
Today's timeline was revised over the course of the past few days to enable the two cosmonauts to attend to that external radiator, isolating it from the rest of the cooling system on Naúka, ensuring that it can be resurfaced at a later date once the leak is identified, the leak location is identified, and repaired at some point in the future.
And Nikolai, where is the talking over each other? Okay, stop. The STU itself? No, that's not it. One is down under my blue one, and you go over. And the radiator? Okay, there it is. Okay, we have STU secured. Copy. To where? To the beam. Okay? To the handrail. Okay, I see. Now, we need to install the mobile ring. A link. How do you want me to push it a little bit further? Because otherwise you'll be walking straight into the radiator. Maybe a little bit. It seems like we should move it a little bit. Use your hands, Nikolái. All right. Have you freed up this flag or tab? One is closed. And what's the configuration that it's supposed to be? Well, you need
While
to
the
have it in
two cosmonauts continue to work outside,
okay.
and their activities being monitored by
Copy.
fellow cosmonaut Konstantin Borisov inside the Russian segment of the station,
Now,
the 4 USOS crew
so
members,
make sure that you're not scratching
Station
MLM.
Commander Andy Mogensen of the European Space Agency, NASA astronauts Jasmine Mogbelli and Laurel O'Hara, and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Satoshi Furukawa
With the
are
radiator.
proceeding into their pre-sleep period, their work for the day having been completed,
Install Chub.
as their crewmates continue to work outside, as they will for the better part of the next 6 hours or so.
We need to make sure the retainers are in the correct configuration. Okay? Now, we need to rotate it. Okay, 90 degrees. What does it look like? Hold it a little bit and we'll install it. And now we need to do, okay, there it is. Are you okay to work it yourself, or is it up to me? Well, we need to remove it and install it to MLM. All right, I'm going to hold the mobile ring. Nope, not that one. The one that's secured to the mobile ring. It needs to be installed to the MLM. Well, and the second one is the same. Why do you want me to put it there? Well, I'm holding it with my hand right now. What tether? It's the transportation tether for mobile ring. With the mobile ring. Right, there you go. Unintelligible. Now we're going to turn it around so that it's in a better position. You got it? I got it. And let me secure it to the ring. Okay, got it? And now it needs to be tight too. All right, now it's installed. Close it. Hold it. And you see, it's too tight in front of me. So, do you want to go to 4101? We need to have it completely open. You got it? I got it. I think it's installed. Go up a little bit and turn it. I'm turning. Let's try so that it doesn't turn me. And try like this. Install the lock. Is it closed? It's too early to work with the fixture. Do you want us to have it closed so that there is no gap? Right. Only once you close the lock on the attachments fixture. And Sergey, honestly, we can't see what's open and what's closed, and the stopper is what? And the stopper is well, is it on both sides? So it doesn't really matter how we turn it, right? Just a little bit more. Closed. Closed. The stopper's there. The stopper. Just make sure. See if you can turn the handle. Well, it's kind of easy. And I've installed the stopper. Sergey? All right, we now have it secured with a lock on the ring. Good. Can you inspect it? Yes. I'm not seeing anything strange. Okay, let me move further. Now, Oleg, you are translating to error, but go above. And Nikolái, I'm going a little bit back. All right, I got away. Out of the way. Sergey, this stopper that's holding Strela to the handrail, maybe we can use it still. Because the Strela is swinging. Well, the stopper that you are holding, it needs to be in the closed position.
For those just joining us in our coverage of Russian Spacewalk 61, the 268th spacewalk, in support of space station assembly maintenance and upgrades, Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub opened the hatch to the Poisk airlock at 12:49 p.m. Central Time, 1:49 p.m. Eastern Time. An hour and 26 minutes ago, made their way outside of the airlock, set up tools and tethers, brought outside with them a pair of scientific payloads, a radar synthetic aperture system, and a nanosatellite called Parus, which will test solar sail technology. They have been configuring all of the tethers to secure that equipment while they make their way down to the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module to take their respective positions and begin the work to configure a series of valves that will isolate a leaked external radiator on Naúka that was installed during a previous spacewalk on Expedition 69 back in May and filled with coolant a month later that leaked that coolant back on October 9th. The plan today is to isolate that radiator from the rest of Naúka's cooling system, which is flowing coolant through the body radiators mounted on the module itself, providing the proper cooling for Naúka.
Look at it all.
They also plan a detailed inspection of the site that is presumed to be the place where the leak occurred back on October 9th, to document it so that engineers can study possible remedial action to repair that in the future.
Okay. And I'm going to, hold on, let me tell you what it's called. It's the support of the gas TM beam.
The external radiator and an experiment airlock were first launched to the International Space Station on the STS-132 mission of the Space Shuttle Atlantis in May of 2010.
Right.
Where those two components sat idle for 13 years. The airlock was detached from Rosviet, the module upon which it was launched, and transported to Naúka, where it was attached during a May spacewalk as well by Sergei Prokopiev and Dmitry Petelin, followed in a subsequent spacewalk by the detachment of the radiator, that external radiator, from Rosviet and its transport and installation to Naúka.
At the air operator post. So now use the lower support on MLM. Well, I see 4128. Copy. All right, you have two hooks. Yes, Sergey. And I'm holding with my left arm to the Strela. How copy? Did you copy? Yes, I did, and I see what you're talking about. All right, I'm in the work area. Copy, Nikolai. Can I open up the MLI and have a look? Yes, KL1 and KL2 are your targets. All right, I have it open, and I see that it's across the piping. Nikolai, could you point your camera onto the oh, that's just the edge. So, do you see my finger, my right hand? I see your left hand. Left one. Hold on. And let me try. I don't want to move too much MLI here. All right, and I turn around. Do you see anything? It's better. Okay. They are across. I just don't understand what camera you're seeing me on. Hold on, Nikolai. The specialists are looking now. Sounds good. Nikolai, let's start with KL1 and KL2. Okay? 1 KL and 2 KL. KL1 and 2. Press down on the valve, turn it counterclockwise 90 degrees. Do you want me to close or open it? Counterclockwise in the to the open position.
This is Mission Control Houston. Nikolái Chub about to open up and rotate a pair of manual valves at the external radiator interface between that radiator and Naúka, the crew now in position at that work site.
I repeat.
He will be opening up two valves on the external thermal loop bypass lines between the cooling system, the cooling reservoir, and the external radiator.
Well, it is marked. I'm just hitting upside down. How many turns? You just put it in the open position, put it in the 90 degrees.
Yes.
L1 and KL, 1 KL and 2 KL are open. Copy?
Kononenko, meanwhile, is at the coolant fluid servicer, the reservoir, providing coolant through a pair of cooling loops to the Naúka module. The whole point of this valve manipulation is to isolate that external radiator that leaked on October 9th from the rest of the cooling system for the multi-purpose laboratory module.
All right, MLI and KR1 and KR2 are open. Copy. Nikolái, could you take the picture of the valves that you turned? Copy, will do. Let me try. All right,
so Chub has opened up a pair of manual valves to the bypass lines for the external thermal loop to the radiator itself.
And Sergey, I am taking imagery. Copy. And we are at a distance of about 70 centimeters. 70 centimeters is like as much as we can be at. Otherwise, it's not convenient. That's good. All right. Imagery is done. I'm turning off the camera. Now close the MLI. Copy. And I'm going to turn off the camera so that we don't waste the battery. All right, the camera is off. I'm returning it to its storage position. Camera is in place.
The next step will be for Kononenko to open up a thermal cover on a manual valve at the interface between the external radiator and the pipeline, if you will, to the coolant fluid servicer reservoir. That's the interface between the radiator itself and the fluid servicer reservoir. He will be closing a valve on that interface.
Remove your adjustable tether from the handrail. And
then we'll open a series of valves to basically reroute the coolant for the body radiator that is providing coolant for Naúka.
Well, this one is fighting back. Is it Kyle 1? 2? All right, I have the 1 Kyle and 2 Kyle closed. Copy, Nikolái. Now, go to USA and open the valves there on the USA interface. All right, I see 4, 6, 8, 9, and 5. Copy. And is it how deeply seated or recessed are they? I can't really tell. I can try and get to them from the side. No, Nikolai, don't do anything. I'm not touching anything. I'm just like trying to show you a better image. Just raise your head a little bit and that's it. Now, you need to get the MLI flap from the other side, from the hydraulic connector. And you will start working with USA screws, okay? And I am moving to the other side. All right, do you need to check it to see it from my side? I see it. That's neat. You can't really recreate that in Hydro Lab. Well, you're almost where I am.
Now I just have to turn around. Awesome. Wouldn't it be easier for me to move over? No, you don't have to. It's just that my hook is over on that side. Let me move closer to you. The moon is just beautiful. Yeah, we see the moon. What was that? No, actually, we don't see the moon. Oh, well. Trust us then. Behind the horizon? I am.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour 40 minutes into today's spacewalk. The work is a bit intricate at this point. The two cosmonauts working in tandem at the external radiator on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module that leaked coolant back on October 9th. Nikolái Chub has opened a pair of manual valves on the radiator's thermal control system external thermal loop bypass line. Chub now is in the process of closing 4 valves, and Kononenko will open a manual valve at the interface between the radiator and the coolant reservoir. Basically, it's called a fluid servicer line, to complete the isolation of the radiator from 2 external thermal loops. Loop number 1 is the loop that leaked back on October 9th. Loop 2 is an active loop, functioning just perfectly, providing the proper cooling for the module itself.
We'll give it a try. Okay, here's the wrench. The wrench should be in the closed position. So? Well, it goes without saying that you shouldn't apply too much force. All right. So, just to clarify, am I rotating it along the arrow to open, or is it clockwise? Can you confirm? Yes, Nikolai, that's correct. Copy. Nikolai, you're going to start rotating clockwise to closed. Copy. Number 3 is tightened pretty strong. I'm not going to tighten it anymore. I could, but it is pretty tight already. Okay, no need to do anything, Nikolai. That's excellent. Number 2. It is tightened well, and I turned it by approximately 10 degrees, and no need to do anything else. All right, Nikolai, go ahead and remove the wrench. Close out at this work site, and you're going to move over to the opposite side of the active attachment interface. Sergey, those 2 valves were actually along my translation path, so we didn't have to do that. Say again? I was saying, Sergey, that the valves, they are only 4 handrails away from me. MLI flaps are closed. And Sergey, for your information, it's not stitched up. It's just hanging out here. When I was doing operations there, I tethered it all, and it's not now. So you're saying that it's not sewn into anything, correct? It is not. That is affirmative.
The 2 cosmonauts working to configure valves that will isolate the leaked external radiator on Naúka from the rest of the module's thermal control system cooling loops.
I noticed that the second side is in the same config. All right, Nikolai.
We're at the 1 hour 45-minute mark into the spacewalk, the International Space Station, flying 260 miles over the Indian Ocean, moving from southwest to northeast.
Okay, so I'm on top. I am tethered on 4156, 4157. That's the handrails, and I do see the valves. Copy. Now you have to tighten the screws again. Screws number 4 and 5. Copy. So moving to closed position, starting tighten screw number 5, and I've turned to by 5 degrees approximately. Copy, Nikolai. Moving on to number 5. Approximately the same. It is tightened rather well. Copy. Okay, you're done working with the attachment screws. Nikolai, do you need to take a break for a few minutes? Well, I can't say I'm tired. I'm somewhat hot, but not tired. Because we have fluid connectors operations coming up, which will take about 15 minutes. So you can take a break now, because we're going to start rotating soon. So you were saying that fluid connectors, that's manual operations, correct? Yes, Nikolai, I did say that. All right, so let's take a look at it. Stand by. Wait. No, I'm not touching them yet. I'm not doing any rotations. I'm just checking them out. So they're so recessed, sunk in at this point, that they're not fully accessible by hand. All right. Nikolai, whenever you are ready, let us know and we will press on. Sounds good. Give me a minute. All right. Stand by. And I'm just going to tell you right off the bat that I will have to use a wrench. I don't think it's doable otherwise. Do you need a wing knob for the wrench? Would it make sense to use that one? Well, it's an option, yes. I could give it a try. It's not easy as well, using the wing knob, but I can try. So the wing knob is installed. All right, Nikolai, I'm ready. Let's start with row 1. Please install inaudible and turn it by a quarter turn. Quarter turn in work. Clockwise, quarter turn clockwise. Copy. Going counter clockwise. Too close. Is that correct? Correct. Number 7 done. Number 8 done. Copy. Copy. Number 9 wouldn't budge if I go by hand. Number 9.
1 hour, 50 minutes into the spacewalk, Kononenko and Chub continuing to configure valves at the external radiator that leaked back on October 9th to isolate it from the rest of the Naúka module's thermal control system cooling loops.
Number 8.
Chub is in the process of closing 4 valves to the coolant fluid servicer reservoir that provides the coolant itself to the cooling loops for the external radiator.
Number 7. Please go slower. Number 8, number 9. Go slower with what? What do you mean? Do you mean the time interval between them? Yes, that's what I mean. Between the rows. All right, so am I go for the next row? Yes, you're go for row 4. Okay, number 6. Number 7. 8. 9. Standing by. Copy, Nikolai. Ready for the next one. Your go for 5. Row 5 in work. Number 6, 7, 8, 9. Row 5 is completed. Copy, completed. Am I go for row 6? Yes, your go. The quarter turn. Number 7, number 8, all quarter turns. Number 9, quarter turn complete. And this row is done. Okay, copy. Am I go for the next one? Yes, go for 7.
Again, Chub is in the process of methodically closing 4 valves
7.
that link the external radiator to the coolant reservoir, called a fluid servicing reservoir for the external radiator. One more step in this process will be Kononenko opening a manual valve between the interface that the radiator is mounted on Naúka to the cooling system, to the pipeline, if you will, to the coolant reservoir, and that will complete the isolation of that external radiator from the rest of the module's cooling system.
Go for row 9. Row 9. Number 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Go for row 10. Row 10 in work. Number 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Nikolái, take a break for now. Stop for now because we're coming up on the short LOS. We will be standing by until we're back to stable calm. All right, standing by.
And the instructions that you heard through the interpretation from the Russian flight controllers in Korolyov at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, to the 2 cosmonauts working outside of the International Space Station, to take a quick breather as we will go into a very, very short handover between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. We're approaching the 2-hour mark into the spacewalk, running some 25 to 30 minutes ahead of the timeline at this point, as the 2 cosmonauts are almost complete with the isolation of that leaked external radiator from the rest of the cooling system for the Naúka module that is being cooled by the primary cooling system through its body radiators, the radiators mounted on the body of the module itself.
In work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy, Nikolái. Go for row 13. 13 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Go for row 14. 14 in work. Number 6, 9, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. And your go for row 15.
The space station flying 260 miles over eastern India, about to cross the border.
Completed.
Moving toward China. On this particular orbit of the Earth, everything continues to go very smoothly with this spacewalk, which is the 11th out of the International Space Station this year, the first for Expedition 70 that began in late September under the command of European Space Agency astronaut Andy Mogensen. Mogensen, NASA astronauts Jasmine Mogbelli and Laurel O'Hara, and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut Satoshi Furukawa are in their pre-sleep period, having completed their work for the day, while Russian cosmonaut Konstantin Borisov continues to monitor the handiwork of his cosmonaut crewmates outside from his viewing post inside the Zvezda service module.
19 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for row 20. 20 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for 21. 21 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for row 22. 22 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for row 23. 23 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Go for 24. 24 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, completed. Copy. Nikolái, the subsequent turns on fluid connectors can cause the coolant to come out. Please be careful with that, and please make sure you're broadcasting your actions. All right, copy all, and your go for row 25. 25 and work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for 26. 26 and work. 6.
And with that direction, Oleg Kononenko about to open up a manual valve at the interface between the radiator and the fluid servicer pipeline, basically the coolant reservoir.
7, which is the next one, is in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Go for 28. 28 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for 29. 29 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Row completed. Copy. Go for row 30. 30 in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Oleg, your task is to close car R2 valve when I tell you so on my go. Copy. Nikolái, your go for row 31. 31 is in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Copy. Go for 32. 32 is in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Nikolái, row 33. 33 is in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. Completed. Copy. Go for row 34. 34 is in work. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Row completed. Copy and stand by for now. Should I tighten it or keep it like this? I do not see any coolant coming out. Go ahead and open car 2 valve by rotating it to 90 degrees clockwise. 90 degrees clockwise, car R2. To open. Oh, you said open. Okay. It is open. The valve is open, and I turned counterclockwise. This is car R2 valve. Copy. EEI elapsed time is 2 hours. Inaudible. Nikolái, take photographs the connectors inaudible. Copy. I will take photographs. Yes, taking photographs now. Sun pass coming up in 3 minutes. The camera is on. Video is on. Photography is in progress. Taking photographs and videos of the connectors.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 4 minutes into the spacewalk. The two cosmonauts have completed the closure of external radiator valves and valves to the coolant fluid servicer reservoir. They've also opened a manual valve at the interface between that leaked external radiator and the fluid servicer pipeline. As such, the two cosmonauts have isolated that external radiator from the two external thermal loops that are providing cooling for the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. It is being cooled through its body radiator that's affixed to the structure of the module itself, providing the proper cooling for that module and its equipment inside. The two cosmonauts are now about to begin the inspection and documentation of the possible location of the radiator leak that occurred on October 9th.
Please inspect the MLIs near the active attachment interface and inaudible. Visually, I see the three sides of the area. I'm looking carefully, nothing to report, but there are darker spots on the MLI near MLM where it says USP. There is a dark spot on one side. And then, speaking of the other side, I'm taking video now, and I guess we can review it on the camera. Okay. Video and photography completed. Copy. Turning off the camera now. Nikolái, please take more photographs before the orbital sunrise, okay? Oh, all right. Inaudible. So the radiator is clean. I don't see anything. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. Is it right here? It looks very neat. Well, you were saying that there would be a lot of openings here, and it's approximately, 15? Looks fine. We are at orbital sunrise. I do see something near the valve, and it looks even, but there are a lot of them. Yes, it's a lot. All right, so Nikolái, keep taking photographs and videos. And also go ahead and close the valve for now. Oleg. Oleg, it should be in your area. behind the radiator. Well, I'm actually holding on to it now. All right. And I will continue filming and taking photographs at sunrise. This looks the same. I do not see any traces of coolant. Same for the connectors. No traces of coolant on the connectors. And inaudible? Specifically on the connectors. While I'm taking videos, I'm going to be broadcasting what I'm seeing here. Black spots on the surface here. Right here. Copy. This is the radiator, specifically on the radiator. And could you please take videos of other areas farther away? Yes, I will do that now. I turned around somewhat, and I see the pipes bending, and there are some drops on the joint here, 25 to 30 milliliters approximately. I guess you will see better on the camera. Where is it? Is it on the opening? No. No, I'm pointing to it with my hand. That's what I see.
Сергей, я могу переместиться к рту поближе и поснимать?
Sergey, can you show it closer where the foot restrainer is? I closed the MLI flap. Yes.
Nikolái Chub reporting back to Russian flight controllers in Korolyov what he's seeing at the suspected site of the radiator leak on the external radiator, reporting some black spots on the radiator itself, and the possible source of the leak along essentially a joint on one of the radiator panels.
Ты тогда можешь перемещаться на
No, you can translate to the boom. Yes, I understand.
Хорошо.
Yes, I understand the corrections. Okay. Visually, it looks like most of the openings are located at the base and less on the panels on planes 2 and 3. Okay, copy.
Chub is continuing his inspection of and documentation of the external radiator.
Okay. The recommendation is try to activate SITA one more time. Push the button. In work. Okay, that's the button that's directed forward, right? Yes. Okay, I'm trying to take photos of the backside. Well, you know, the feeling is that those holes have very even edges, like they've been drilled through. There's lots of them. Copy. Speaking simultaneously. And they are spread in a chaotic manner, but literally lots and lots of them on the first panel. On the panel second from the hull is less damaged, but closer to the lower part, yes, there are some holes as well. Okay, copy. I am pressing with a fairly good force, but nothing happened. Before dawn in the suits, we checked everything, and both green LEDs were on. Okay, Nikolai. When you and Oleg will be together next to the attachment point, maybe Oleg will help you to press even harder. This is the latest recommendation on camera ops. Okay, copy. Now, close the flaps over fluid connectors in work. I put away the camera and the wrench. Yes. I'm covering the fluid connectors. By the way, do you remember in Hydro Lab we had a question about these MLI flaps? They are not stitched, and we were told that no, they were stitched, and in fact, they're not. On both sides, I can say for the other side. But it can be ripped off, the lower part too. So I tried not to fully open it, but again, it looks like it's not secured with the stitch. And okay, now we'll know that it's not stitched. Yes, absolutely.
2 hours, 16 minutes into the spacewalk, the two cosmonauts have completed their inspection and documentation of the leaked external radiator on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module.
Okay.
All of their comments and the photographic documentation of the suspected leak point that leaked coolant back on October 9th will be analyzed by engineers back at the Russian Mission Control Center to determine a remedial course of action for that radiator.
In the meantime, while he's still on his way, pay attention to the GSM. We need to make sure that at the end of the activities, there won't be scratching anything. Are you saying we'll need to rotate the ball joint? Or rather that mobile link? Yes. Yes, because in the area of transportation ring, they can scratch. And, you know, I have a feeling that the drop became larger. Do you see it? I do believe that we'll take care of it right now. Okay. Prepare the towels to remove this drop as it appears. Okay, that's why we have towels with us in the first place. Oleg, let me prepare Strela for rotation. Oleg, are you there already? Say it again. Are you there? Yes. Yes, I reached the area next to the attachment point. Just give me a minute. Do not touch anything. I am rehooking. Let me secure it. I rotated it. Just to make sure I will not grab the tether. Are you holding it now? Something is on the way. There is some retainers there, and we need it for the foot restrainers. So probably look at the upper handrails and bundle it up somehow. Work from the top. And use the clamp. Okay. We will work with it later on. Maybe I need to screw it together with the MMZ ball joint. We need to take care of everything at once. Otherwise, we will not be able to set the device in a normal position. You see the end of the boom is right here. Okay, secure it on the boom. Copy. And here. Okay, we'll use this hook right here. Oleg, when you have a chance, please help with pushing the camera button. Well, right now, we are still working on the inspection. Right now, it's loose. We need to somehow hold it, because it will always be loose if attached to the attachment point. It needs to be tightened somehow. And the restrainer is in a closed position, right? Yes, all in closed position. Take a look here. Unintelligible. All right, I'm holding onto it. Do you see the video? It's green. No, the green is not illuminated. Check the titanium cable. Let me turn around. It's on the left. Well, we cannot connect it there. The caps are visible here separately. Yes, I brought them together to make sure they're not just loose. Well, visually, the cables are connected. Okay, copy. I pressed it using 2 fingers. But when it was connected, or after they were connected, no changes. You need to translate to my side and then approach here. Okay, let me rotate myself. Yeah, just like this. Well, yes. It looks like it's been drilled. Oleg, it looks like you need to pull out the mobile link. Let me take some photos. Do you see the actual drop? No, not yet. Point it to the ball joint. And from this angle, there are even more drops. Actually, there is one more. Look at the second part. Yes. It's no longer just a drop, it's a flow. Yes, it's a pretty strong flow. I believe the towels will not be enough to remove it. Yes, you're right. Sergey, do you hear?
Oleg Dmitryevich, а можете
Oleg,
перевести на то, что вы видите?
can you bring the camera for us to see? I'm extending Strela. Could I hold it? Yes, I'm doing my best holding it. I'm just, pushing it away from it, but it keeps retracting.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours, 23 minutes into the spacewalk. You can see some coolant at the source of the leak on the external radiator that is emanating from the suspected leak area on that radiator, perhaps disturbed by the manipulation of the valves to isolate the radiator from the thermal control system loops that was accomplished a short time ago by Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub.
Reconnected but close, so let's hook it to this gap spanner. Are you holding it? No, not really. I want you to move a bit lower. Otherwise, the tether is on the way. Okay, now I reconnected the tethers, and now I need to rotate and go up.
You can see the coolant at the point where the leak was presumed to have emanated, while the two cosmonauts work to secure other equipment for the installation of scientific payloads on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module.
No. A little bit higher. Everything? Okay, now have you seen it? No. No. Tell me, to the left, to the right? Up. Left and to the right. Left and up. But again, the tether will not let me go up.
This is Kononenko taking close-up documentation of the site of the leak of coolant from the external radiator on the multipurpose laboratory module.
The flow selector MLI flap opened. Okay, now it's back closed again. Sergey, let me change my tether attachment points. Okay. Well, I believe the towels will not be enough here. It looks like it. Do you see it now? Do you see it? Well, we do not see from our camera, but we see it from the ISS cameras. You see that huge bubble, and it increased in size. It was much smaller when we used the towels the first time. You see, there is a tether here, and the tether is all wet. The tether on the mobile link, the one that is connected to the handle of the attachment point. Oleg, any drops reached the Orlan? No. But yes, that tether actually hit my visor. Okay. So now Nikolái will help me to wipe it off. Oleg, translate away from that area. Yes, that's what we're doing. What shall I do with the tether? Hold the wire tight. Move away. Move away, and we'll be taking care of other tasks. Yes, that's what we're doing. Moving away. I am taking towels with me. That's correct.
Стекло вытер.
Okay, I wiped the visor.
Мобильное звено мы оставим. Конец пала. Мобильный.
The end of the tether is all wet.
Не трогайте. Мобильный.
Do not. And we see the huge bubble growing. Did you see it? Yes. Do not touch the tether.
Увидели с других камер.
Yes, we saw it from different cameras. Leave the mobile link in the same location. We are not taking it with us. Copy. Do we need to secure it?
Давайте мы просто файл снимем.
Let's remove it from the tether and stow the tether in the bag. Well, the bag is full. We cannot even stuff the towels in. No, do not touch the tether at all. Leave it as is.
This is Mission Control Houston. Just to recap, at the 2-hour, 29-minute mark in the spacewalk.
Well, right now we are terminated any steps of these activities. Go back to MRM2. But we need to secure the mobile link somehow. We'll think what to do with that while you'll be working on the next task.
Following the completion of the configuration of the valves to isolate the external radiator from the rest of the thermal control system loops for the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module, the operation to isolate the external radiator through the configuration of the valves to shut off the cooling system for Naúka, one of the two thermal loops for that external radiator, clearly disturbed some of the residual coolant at the leak site and caused it to emanate from this point that you're looking at right now. That seems to have subsided at this moment, but some of that coolant moved toward Oleg Kononenko and got on one of his tethers that will be removed and placed in a bag, not to be returned inside the International Space Station. Crew is being instructed to move on to the next task in the spacewalk, which will be the start of the work to install a scientific payload on the Naúka module, a synthetic radar aperture system. But you saw clear evidence of the coolant, any of the residual coolant that was left in that external radiator loop that was apparently disturbed in the isolation of the external radiator from the rest of the Naúka cooling system, causing whatever residual coolant there was in that line to form a liquid on the outside and to move away from the leak point out into open space.
Be careful.
And you can still see that liquid that is formed at what is apparently the leak site on the external radiator for Naúka.
Turn around and use the handrail. Well, secure the mobile link the best way possible, but we will take it with us only at the very end of EEI. Let's secure it facing down towards the foot restraint, because that will allow me to move to it quickly later on, and in the meantime, it will not be on the way back to MRM. Okay, let's do it. I copy, and I'm beginning translation. And then you'll move it towards me, right, Oleg? Okay. You want to secure?
So again, you're looking at residual coolant from the leak site on the external radiator on the Naúka module that initially developed a leak back on October 9th. The cosmonauts took photo documentation of the liquid, which formed into a sort of bubble, and the bubble moved into a series of flakes that transported themselves away from the leak site
itself.
Oleg Kononenko reporting that some of that coolant got on one of his tethers. That tether has been removed and put into a bag. It will be jettisoned
Bigger and bigger.
and not brought back into the International Space Station.
I tried to bring GoPro as close as possible, so maybe we'll see it there. Okay, I see. Nikolai, what's up? No, just looking. Yes, the drop was small, and right now it's grown huge. Yeah, exactly, it looks like a huge land. It takes the entire volume of that half curve. Can you use the tether that will later be used for security? Can you reattach it to the farther end? Yes, because then its length should be sufficient. Otherwise, if we'll keep it where it is now, the length may not be enough. So, you suggest this tether, standby one? Yes. Can you reach it? I'm not sure. I'm about to give it a try. No, probably you won't be able to reach it. I translated to the lower surface. Oh, it's warm here. How about the foot restraint? Does it sit properly? Can you secure something to it? Yes. Yes, you can secure to it. Okay. So this is we are only talking about the length of the device that secures the radiator. This is a cable, and maybe we should run the tether under it. Go ahead and rotate the mobile link, and then I'll see what we can secure. So here, this is the lower part. Why are you talking about the lower part? It should be the upper part. Well, I was talking about the upper part, but no, then it will be on the way. But you may not be able to run it down. No. We need to remove that retainer from the...
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours 36 minutes into the spacewalk. You're looking at the site of the coolant leak on the external radiator to the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module, and a blob of that coolant that emanated from the leak site following the closure and configuration of valves to isolate the radiator from the rest of the thermal cooling system, providing a cooling capability for Naúka. Some of that liquid wound up sublimating itself and was liberated into the form of flakes that moved away from the radiator itself. Oleg Kononenko took a close-up documentation of the leak site that will be evaluated by engineers at a later date.
I was able to remove it. Now it will be possible to
detailed analysis of any contamination risk following that leak on the backup radiator, this external radiator, resulted in NASA and Roscosmos teams agreeing to implement procedures to reduce any traces of coolant from entering the International Space Station at the completion of today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts will be wiping down their Orlan suits and the tools that they've used to conduct the spacewalk very thoroughly. They will put those tools and towels into bags that will be left in the Poisk module airlock, and an air filtration system will be activated for 24 hours to cleanse the atmosphere as an additional precautionary measure once the airlock is repressurized and the cosmonauts are back inside the International Space Station.
This one? Yes, well, like this one, but on the side. It's exactly on the opposite side. Yes, it's next to the retainer. Yes, that's the one. Can you tighten it? No, not yet. Oh, okay. Now I see it. No, see, it folds up. Before that, it was just secured there. So here's my right hand. Push it forward and then a bit to the right. Now you grabbed it. So can you tighten it? No, no way. Almost. Okay. Are you? Did you grab it? Yes, I did. Now you are perpendicular. Now it's perpendicular to the hull. Can you rotate it? Can you rotate in a parallel way? If I rotate it like this, does it go away from you? Well, right now it's on the support, normal to the hull. When you'll be done with this operation, while you're in installation, please take photos of the radiator.
That's it. I got it secured. Let me pull it up. All right, there was a short dropout. When you're done with that ring, Nikolai, could you take imagery of the radiator? Okay, we have one towel. Do you want us to take it with us or leave it? Because it's not very convenient to have it. Unintelligible. That's good. So this mobile ring is stretched between the anchor that's installed underneath the radiator and the Strela boom itself. So the radiator is between the body of the MLM module and the radiator. Sounds good. All right, while you are still in sunrise, let's take some imagery and work already. We copied your call. And Oleg, could you also join in and take a few images? Because it would be good to have some of the thermal control system imagery from MLM. All right, camera is on. All right, the situation is pretty much the same. There is a hole. Well, Nikolai actually took imagery from there, from the anchor. I kind of crawled up and took imagery. And take imagery of the radiator as well. And it kind of seems the same here. Unintelligible can be taken imagery of from below as well. Move it a little bit. The end. On this hose. All right. I took the imagery and I'm going to deactivate the camera. All right, we are watching this droplet. The droplet has stabilized, but by the way, it's kind of like a little pile. Looks like a bud. How is it? Well, we're going to move forward. Sergey.
This is Mission Control Houston, again looking at the leak site on the external radiator where the coolant provided for that external radiator first leaked on October 9th. Any residual coolant that was left in that coolant line for the external radiator was apparently disturbed by the closure and configuration of valves to isolate the external radiator from the rest of the thermal cooling system for the external radiator for Naúka. You can see it swirling about a bit. Some of that coolant was liberated and made its way toward Kononenko's tether and his spacesuit, which was quickly wiped down by both himself and Nikolái Chub. There will be further mitigation steps taken at the end of the spacewalk before the two cosmonauts re-enter the Poisk airlock and after the repressurization of the airlock to ensure that none of this contaminant makes its way inside the International Space Station.
All right, and Nikolai, I am passing by the restraint fixture. Not too fast, though. Take your time. Well, because of the hook, the whole tether kind of rotates. And it's hard to get it secured. All right, I got it secured. Good. All right. You ready? You have it removed it from the ring? Because I don't see anything. Maybe it's like swinging somewhere around you. There it is. Just make sure that it doesn't get snagged on anything. All right, I got it. and you need to translate to the other side. Go, go, go. I'm going.
A good view from Oleg Kononenko's helmet camera as he and Nikolái Chub wrap up work at the external radiator
So be careful.
at the 2-hour, 48-minute mark in the spacewalk. Once again, you could see visual evidence of any residual coolant on that external radiator leak site emanating from the leak site itself, following the completion of the isolation of that radiator from the rest of the thermal cooling system for the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. And again, this view of the leak site, some flakes still moving away from the leak point where the leak first occurred back on October 9th.
All right, we are at MRM. All right, you've got this tether right next to you. Do you see it in front of you? I'm just looking around to see where I should be translating to. I'm looking into that direction. Sergey, how do you copy? Yes. Loud and clear. Do you want me to get into it and then untie it? Do you want me to take the crew lock bag? Yes, we are. You are taking the crew lock bag. And I can take the crew lock bag.
Once again, some of the droplets from the coolant, the residual coolant at the leak site and the external radiator were liberated and made their way towards one of the tethers that Kononenko had on his suit and to the suit itself, but those were quickly wiped down. The tether was bagged. It will not be brought back inside the International Space Station, and those suits will undergo a further wiping down before the two cosmonauts make their way back inside the Poisk airlock and close the hatch to begin the repressurization of the airlock at the completion of today's spacewalk.
Crew lock bag has been secured to me. And Paros is on the adapter. Okay, that is true. It's not making the crew lock bag is not making our lives any easier. Oh, let's secure it to the adapter. Let me even get to it, and I'll try to secure the crew lock bag to the adapter. Yeah, you can try doing that. I'm going to get around. Yes, get closer to us so that I'm within. So that it's within reach. All right, there you go. Move your hand. I moved my hand. Is it too far? Well,
as we approach the 3-hour mark in today's spacewalk, the two crew members, still running ahead of the timeline, will now begin to take two scientific payloads, a miniature radar synthetic apparatus that will be used as a radar system. We'll attach it to the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module, and then we'll attach a deployment device to Naúka, in which is a nanosatellite called the Parus satellite that will be deployed. We'll unfold some sails to test solar sail technology. All that coming up in the second half of today's spacewalk that is expected to last about 7 hours in duration.
Items that the specialist asked you to check. It's right here.
The work with the external radiator is complete. The photo documentation of that radiator and its leak site also complete. That documentation now will be studied by the engineers on the ground to see what remedial action may be possible to fix the leak and to replenish coolant back into the loop that services that external radiator, which is used as a backup radiator for the primary cooling system for Naúka, which is basically a body radiator that is mounted on the body itself of the module, and which it was launched back in May of 2010. The external radiator originally designed to provide additional cooling, backup cooling, for scientific payloads that will be
what do you want us to check?
Used inside the multipurpose laboratory module in the future.
Point your cameras onto the sides of the mini RSA, the long side of the RSA. Yeah, this is perfect. The SME wanted to...
so again, the work with the external radiator is complete.
Verify that everything
Additional leakage of coolant from the leak source was documented, and some of the droplets of coolant made its way toward Oleg Kononenko, but his suit was wiped down along with his tools and one tether, and that tether was bagged. It will not be brought back inside the station.
That's okay. We're going to check it out when we transport the whole kit, and it's going to be easier. What do you want us to specifically see there? Nope, cannot tell you. We just wanted to inspect the sides. Well, inspect it for what? We have removed the film. They have an idea that one of the locks got triggered there, so they just wanted to inspect and make sure. A lock? There are no locks. Well, panel sections have locks. Let me set it up vertically. Hold on, I'm making my way to it. Okay. I'm turning it around. I've got it now. The awesome, wonderful imagery. Thank you. Okay. Do you want us to go up a little bit? No, Oleg, lower. Oleg, on the left side, do you see the pin for one of the locks of this section got out a little bit? Do you see it? Yes, I do. Do you want me to push it in? Yes, if you could. Oleg, and give it a try with the wrench. Do you want me to push against it with the wrench?
You're looking at the mini radar synthetic aperture device that will be installed and unfolded on the Naúka module to study radar technology.
It's not getting secured there. Could you try and take a wrench and push it even further in? But it will still not reach any further than my finger, even if
Just
I
to
use the
recap, as we approach the 3-hour mark in the spacewalk, Kononenko and Chub manipulated a series of valves to isolate that external radiator from the rest of the cooling system for the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. They then conducted a detailed inspection and photo documentation of that radiator leak location. During the inspection, some of the liquid coolant was liberated from the leak site, made its way toward Oleg Kononenko. His suit was wiped down, as well as his tools. One tether that received several flakes of the coolant was put in a bag. It will not be returned inside the International Space Station, and the crew will have other mitigation steps to further wipe down their suits and tools before entering the Poisk airlock at the completion of today's spacewalk.
Enough that it's going to stay in. Nikolai, do you have something that I could use to push it in? Let me check. How big is it? Well, here it is, sticking out. Have a look. I'm going to turn it towards you. Maybe you have a wrench or something that you could use there. Let me get a little bit closer to it. I got it. Do you see that pin sticking out? So, the situation is this. It's more than just like push it in. You need to push it in far enough to make it to activate the actuator that will hold it in place. Well, we don't really have anything that thin. Hold on, let me think. We need something thin there to push that thing in there. It's not really easy to do. Let me turn around. Which thing? You see the wrench? Do you want me to pull it out? Do you see it? We can turn it around a little bit. That's what I was talking about. Oleg. Oleg, this is Oleg, Nikolai. There is another option. Try to bend it, a wire tie together and push it in. Yeah, a wire tie would be too soft because we have to use a lot of force to push that thing in. The wire tie is going to bend. And let me try though. Hold on, let me hold it. There is this little, Sergey, what is this, what is inside there that holds it? The pin. It's an open-ended wrench that we managed to... Okay. That's what we used. That wonder wrench. So, we didn't take it in vain. It came in handy. Indeed. The most important thing is before you install that mini unit, you will have to inspect every single pin there to make sure that they didn't slide out. Okay, so what's a better route for me to walk to get around? Let me lift it up and let's decide which side works best to carry it. Okay, I think from above is the best. Right. I am on the Strela operator post. And let me make sure it's secured on both sides to the circular handrail.
На ВКБ 3 часа ровно.
So PT is 3 hours sharp. Is it good or bad, by the way?
Ну, в целом все у нас хорошо.
In general, all good. Okay, in general, you say. Did you find it? No, not yet. Still translating. So it turns out it's more difficult than it looks. So here from above, move forward and I can lift up here. Okay? Secure yourself for that. And it's stretched out here. Okay, so with the carry it together with the flag. Yes. And where is the second one? After we're with me. Okay. I'm holding the sides, the corners, and you will reconnect it. Got the kit. I'm going to reconnect it closer. All right, you got it? I got it.
Так.
Okay. Oops. Okay, I see it. All right, to the Strela, boom, and to this thing. Now, let's the tether that is secured to the ring with this handrail. I'm going to switch second transportation tether to it. I would secure it to the unintelligible itself, a little bit higher. Let me pull myself up a little bit. Okay, got it. All right. I'm going to move along MRM forward, and I will try to reconnect it to the ring. Could you please grab, Oleg, could you please grab onto that handrail, please? Let me pull it up a little bit. I got it. Right.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 8 minutes into the spacewalk. Kononenko and Chub are working now in the early stages of demating a series of cables and preparing to mate other cables for the installation of this miniature radar synthetic aperture system.
Have you reconnected? Well, are you using your short tether? Because the length is not sufficient for me to get there. Well, you can disconnect and reconnect one more time. Nikolai, check what's going on beneath you. Nikolai. Nope, it's the tail end. Go ahead. Well, guys. So your temperature settings are at 6. Temperature control handle. What's the? It's set to 6. Are you telling that it's a little bit too warm? Well, I need to check. Well, don't get too cold there. If you need, you can adjust the temperature settings.
So I'm gonna go below. Okay. It's not reaching there. Nikolai, I'm there. Oleg, Nikolai, I have a proposal for you to take a break. Well, we're not really working for now. We're just translating. However, before you start translating, please take a break. Well, let us configure everything here, because on the side that I was just on, it's not really convenient to translate from there, so I had to move down a bit. Is it nearby? Yes, it is below you. Oh, that's right. Okay. Position yourselves at the translation ring and take a break. Yes, we will do that. Is it a towel that's loose? What is it? Is it convenient now or not? Where should I put it? Let me get over there first. Okay, you go ahead. This is a piece of fabric. I am at the translation ring now. Are you holding it? Holding. Okay, Nikolai. Yes, go ahead. Take a break. Inaudible. I turned the temperature up a bit. All right, tether 2. Was it on the other side? Yes, it is right here. Are you holding the bundle? Yes, I am. Okay. One, two. So both are here.
Вы пока смотритесь по фалам, но при этом все равно...
Make sure you inspect the feathers now, but also you need to be taking a break now. You need to rest. Well, we're not doing anything. We are resting. We're looking around. What about the second tether? It needs to go around the ring. The old style hooks are not the best ones. They're not convenient. Okay. So we need to be in this position, correct? And do you see the front part? Yes, it is right here. So I'm going to be holding on to it. And what is it? Am I stopped against something? Okay, I'm holding it. Nikolai, Oleg, please do not start translating just yet. Sergey, we're still resting. I understand, but however, you do need to take a break now. Yes, we are taking a break. What is it? Is it the tether that we removed that was on Chub 21? So I am attached to it. That was right next to the hatch. Well, it's going to be moving back and forth all the time. That's how we're going to have to carry it. Sergey, it is not vertically stable. It is moving back and forth. All right, copy. So you're going to have to carry this one as a heavy bundle. One of them will be holding it and then handing it over to the other one who will be reconnecting it. I'm trying to turn around to a position that would be most convenient for translation. And I'm pushing the ring, but there are two antennas here that I can't.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 16 minutes into the spacewalk by Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub. The two crew members now working to install a payload adapter upon which a mini radar system with a synthetic aperture will be installed. This one of the scientific payloads to be mounted on the outside of the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. This all coming after work was completed to isolate the leaking areas around the external radiator on Naúka that sprung a leak of coolant back on October 9th. The two cosmonauts went to inspect that leak site on the radiator after they closed a number of valves to isolate the radiator from the rest of the module's cooling system. Kononenko reported first detecting some black spots on the surfaces of the radiator itself, and then when he approached the leak site, noted a large bubble had formed in the area where the leak had emanated back on October 9th. The large bubble spewed some flakes of coolant toward him. He got some of that coolant on a tether, and it was suspected that some of that coolant also made its way to his suit, but it was quickly wiped down. The tether was bagged and will not be brought back inside the airlock once the crew completes its spacewalk later this afternoon, this evening.
Do you see this tether? What is it, tether? Tether? Where should it go? On that side, okay, got it. What was that?
The two cosmonauts took extensive photo documentation of the radiator leak site. All of that data will be analyzed by engineers at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow to determine what their remedial actions might be to repair that leak and restore a cooling capability for that radiator. The external radiator serves as a backup to provide additional cooling for payloads in the Naúka module. The prime radiator system, which is wrapped around the body of the module itself, is performing just fine with no issues, providing the proper cooling for Naúka.
Okay, got it.
The radiator was first launched along with an external payloads airlock on the Rosviet module on the STS-132 mission in May of 2010, sat idle on Rosviet for 13 years before both the airlock and the radiator were removed from Rosviet during earlier Russian spacewalks in May of this year. The radiator was installed on the Naúka module during a spacewalk on May 12th, and about 4 weeks later was filled with the coolant that eventually leaked out of that leak site on October 9th.
I've moved over. Okay. Can you see it? Yes, I see it. Hold it. I can hold it for now. Nikolai, please hold it. Okay, that's gone now. Ignorable. Is it the cable? No? Can I hold it? Yes, please hold it. Are you holding it? Yes, holding it. There is something next to my right shoulder that's not letting me move. On top. There is another one that goes over your shoulder as well. No, go back and down. Am I going up? Please turn towards me, the other way. Okay, and now move back and down. More, back and down. Further down on the Strela. All right, you're out. Are you holding it? I'm trying to release it. There is nothing there, okay. I'm gonna untangle it. Okay, so please hold the bundle. Stand by, I need to secure on the Strela. Is it convenient? No. I'm holding it. Okay, you're holding it. I'm holding the bundle, and the ring is inaudible. All right, so we're there, and I'm gonna unhook the tethers now, and we need to turn around the parus hardware. I'm holding it. You're holding it. Make sure that the translation ring is secured. I will tether it in a second. We remember about that. We just don't have as many hands and not that much room here as well. Have you translated over there? Yes. This is handrail 4100. There is one attached to that handrail already. So, I got this one. Now, I'm gonna take, where is it? Here it is. Handrail 4100. Tether is attached to that handrail. Is the ring secured? Yes. The translation ring is tethered. Make sure it doesn't float away. Are you holding it? I need the second tether. Do you have it? What second tether? The adapter. All right, so let me move forward. And I'm going to then get the bundle from you.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 25 minutes into the spacewalk, as Nikolái Chub and Oleg Kononenko work on preparing to install a mini radar system with a synthetic aperture, a scientific payload, on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. That will be followed by the installation of a deployment mechanism on Naúka, in which is a solar sail nanosatellite called Parus, the Russian word for sail, that will be spring ejected from that deployment mechanism. Once again, a scientific investigation. Work to isolate the external radiator on the Naúka module is completed, but not before some residual coolant was liberated from the leak site on that radiator that initially leaked on October 9th. The additional leakage during the spacewalk came right after Kononenko and Chub configured a series of valves to isolate that external radiator from the rest of Naúka's cooling system.
And I'm turned around.
The main cooling for Naúka is
are you getting
regulated by a body radiator on the surface of Naúka itself that is functioning perfectly at this point.
Please repeat your last. I didn't copy. This is Moscow. I have a question about the camera. Are you getting the video from my camera? Yes, we are. All right. Is it yours? Yes. All right then. Nikolai, are you holding it? Holding it. You can go ahead and turn around. I'm holding it. Holding it. And we can use an adjustable length tether. Are you holding it? Holding it.
Главное, чтобы парус выдержал. Сколько запитан там за 5 часов?
And the parus hardware is powered up. Inaudible. Yes, I'm going to move farther, but let me position myself first. Should we move down?
Kononenko and Chub are in the process of installing a payload adapter on Naúka, upon which this miniature radar system will be mounted and then unfurled to provide scientific data back to the engineers of the Russian Mission Control Center.
No, I think it's going to move through a recess here just fine. Just need to make sure that we're holding it. There is also EEI control panel here. It's not really helping that much. I think it would be rather difficult here. What about the other side? Do you mean on top? Using the gap spanners? Inaudible? Okay. Are you holding it? Yes, I'm holding it. Okay. Okay.
Так.
Okay.
Вы можете еще немножко.
The gap spanner. Are you behind the gap spanner? And you can go ahead and move now. Well, actually, yes, I am behind the gap spanner. And I am tethered right behind it.
Так. Что тут такая свалка?
All right. There is a mess here.
Давайте так, вы его сейчас возьмете.
So let's do it this way. Go ahead and grab it.
Вот за что брать?
Grab it where? And I'm going to turn my back towards you now. Are you holding it? Holding it. Green audible. I don't see you now. Okay. I see you now. I see the handrail. Okay, I see it.
Мы здесь 4114.
4114. This is the handrail number. Yes, that's correct. Okay, tethered.
Нет, мне просто понять.
I'm just trying to understand.
Куда дальше?
Where we should translate from now on.
Не вверх или вверх?
Should we go up?
Серега, после пульта эры мы...
Sergey, are we supposed to move up once we pass the era control panel?
Нам вверх, нам не в обратно.
Or should we move back? No, we're supposed to move up.
Все правильно.
Yes, that's correct. And you need to be in the back.
Как это сделать?
How exactly are we supposed to do that?
Сейчас, может быть, мы...
Shall I start moving then?
Тут не поменяется. Место вообще...
Well, let's get there first, and then we can swap.
Да, ты перефиксируйся. Не, просто мы в такой конфигурации...
Well, this is the configuration that we left it in.
Там мы можем ее донести.
So I guess we can carry it, install it,
После того, когда он...
and then we can change places once it is installed.
На той стороне поменяться.
So we can change places on the other side.
Так.
Okay.
Тут нужно поправить...
And we can adjust it here. Sergey, are you on?
Все поправить.
Adjust what?
Тут просто коряво, поручень стоит.
Well, the handrail is not installed correctly. It's crooked. The handrail that we're supposed to use for moving up.
Он стоит не туда.
So this handrail is not oriented correctly.
Должен... Его, наверное, не смогли дотянуть.
I guess they couldn't reach 4180. That is why it is right behind ERA, which only complicates everything. Yes, I see it. I see that I can move down and move from over there. Okay, got it. I'm going to move as far as I can. Oleg, Nikolái, how do you read me? 4129. 29, yes, 29. And then 4114, 4129, 4132, 4130. We are moving in the correct direction. Are you holding it? Holding it. And I'm next to handrail 4114. Okay, can we go down in this position? Inaudible. Oleg, Nikolái, how do you read me? We read you well. We had Reticom. Copy. Copy what? The com is not stable. Oleg, Nikolai, how do you read me? Sergey, we read you loud and clear. Excellent. Because like I said, we've had unstable comm. We are next to handrail 4129 near the valves, and we keep translating. Copy.
Use the safety tether. Yes, I can see it. All right, the sun is coming up. Well, I'm looking at the next attachment point, where to connect. Let me pull it away, and then it will be more convenient for you.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 40 minutes into the spacewalk by Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub. You can see the two cosmonauts at the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. The golden or orange-colored device that they are working with is the miniature radar synthetic aperture device that will be mounted shortly on the body of Naúka. Just below the two cosmonauts is the extended external radiator that leaked coolant back on October 9th, and which earlier today during the spacewalk was isolated from the rest of Naúka's thermal control system through the two cosmonauts opening and closing a series of valves. After they completed that work, a blob or bubble of coolant was noticed at the leak site on that radiator and was documented by Kononenko close up. The blob liberated some flakes of coolant in his direction. He wiped down one of his safety tethers and his tools. The tether was bagged. It will not be brought back inside the International Space Station, and additional precautionary measures will be taken to further wipe down the two cosmonauts' suits before they re-enter the Poisk airlock at the completion of today's spacewalk.
Are you holding it? Yes, I'm holding it. I can push it forward a little bit if it will be more convenient for you. There is a room here. We can do it between the two of us. For your information, I'm holding on to the 4142. We managed to pull the bundle through. And actually, we see the markings on two handrails. Okay. Unintelligible. No, Sergey, we are not tired. We don't feel any fatigue. So if we were to feel it, we would certainly we would have taken a break, by all means. That's good to hear. But yes, right now we are at rest. Look at the panel. Unintelligible.
You saw a view of the synthetic radar aperture system.
I don't understand. What are we talking about?
That will be installed, there it is, at the top of your screen. It will be installed on a payload attachment device on Naúka a short time from now.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay, I secured it. Yes, Sergey. Okay, we can rest, whatever you say. You can rest while still holding it. Well, let me route it first. I'm holding it. Now I'm completely at rest. Unintelligible. Yes. I would keep it on 4137. Can be attached to the same handrail, and I can stay on it. Or then hold it for a moment, and I will reconnect. Okay. Let me pull it back a bit. No, it's not on the way. A bit higher. Like this. Now it's a different story. The pipe remained on the airlock. Sergey, go ahead. The recommendation is for you to rest. Well, we are doing nothing. Now, panel FP13, right? That's what we're working with. Correct. 3, 4, and 6 are inside. Let me just look at it first. Which connectors do we need? Yes, it's 3, 4, and 6. I can see 2, 3, 4, and 6. Everything except for number 5. Okay, I see 2 and 3. Can we demate it right now, Sergey? We are at rest. Just keep looking at it. Okay. Okay, guys, rest. We are not working, we are resting. But the view here is just, it can knock you off your feet. Well, there is only one handrail. All right, guys, relax, rest, and enjoy the view. That's exactly what we're doing.
3 hours, 48 minutes into the spacewalk. The two cosmonauts are going to take a breather here. You can see the mini radar system that will be unfurled once it's installed on a payload adapter on Naúka. And on the right of your screen, the big experiment airlock that launched along with the external radiator on the Rassvet module on the STS-132 mission in May of 2010. That airlock and the radiator were installed on 2 consecutive Russian spacewalks back in May of this year.
You guys, you seem to be quite active right now. We cannot copy you. What are you saying? You're having a very active race. Well, right now we are looking at the eye of the hurricane. Actually, we see the eye forming. It's already formed.
Где мы летим?
Where are you flying? Above the Kuril Islands.
Курилов не видно.
Oh, okay.
Вон,
Do you see?
Держу, Крановский вулкан.
Yeah, can you see the Kronovsky volcano? It's right there.
Он реально Крановский.
Yes, really, that's what it is, Kronovsky volcano.
Смотри, как выделяется. Я просто не развернул.
I cannot turn around
А как? Что это? Там этот захват.
because you pulled that thing together with you.
Руку только правую.
Yes, I actually lifted it,
Увидел? Сейчас.
so now you can.
Так, вижу.
I see the ocean.
Ну, вон они, форты такие среди этих...
Yes, and I see those circles,
Крановский вулкан.
and I see the volcano.
Все-таки 8 километров в секунду. Ух, ничего себе.
Wow, that's some eye. Yes, it's a huge eye.
Это сколько он... вон все вулканы видел.
Yes,
Смотрел, да, они белые.
and now I see the volcanoes. They are white and covered with clouds.
Так, ну что, заводим, все, отдохнем.
Okay.
Заводим, да?
Did you have enough rest? Yes. So, can we bring it to place? No, guys, keep resting. Well, I'm freezing. We're freezing resting.
Держи, я заступлю в эту.
So, let me grab onto something.
Развернусь. Так,
Okay, I'm holding it.
можно... Так, ну забавьте чехол. Да. Нет, за ручку. Подверни туда.
The cover, unintelligible. Okay, here is the handle.
Все, есть.
Done.
Мантик можно развязывать.
Now we can untie it.
А похоже, ред на стопоре.
It looks like the red is on the retainer.
Угу. Так вот, ну, по-хорошему...
Well, strictly speaking,
Если вы чуть-чуть подвиньтесь,
the most convenient option would be to bring it a little bit more to the left.
например, мы с двух сторон тогда сможем хорошо стабилизировать.
And here it will be a good position to put it in place and secure safely.
Олег Дмитриевич, Николай. Так.
Nikolai? Nikolai, hold on.
Но не спеша.
You can proceed with installing the adapter, but no rush. Don't hurry.
Есть какое-то положение? Тут предварительно.
Sergey, is there any preliminary position?
Один удерживает
No.
адаптер и
One must hold the adapter. The other one is putting it in place. And that's the only position that can be used to install it. The rod in the... listen to me. The rod is looking away from the parham.
Да, все правильно. У нас ориентир.
That's correct.
Адаптер ставится на мишень.
Your reference point is the target. The adapter is must be installed on the target. So, and you have to have markings match. And yes, they match.
Так, проволока не застрахована тут, да? Проволока, она навязана, нет, она не застрахована. Но вообще можно на нее...
Unintelligible.
Что-то не так вот. На всякий случай.
Well, just in case. Is your side pressed against the seat? I'm positioning myself at the moment. How many turns did we make?
Нам сейчас нужно сделать порядка 60 оборотов.
We need to make inaudible turns.
После скольки оборотов она уже не выпадет и будет уже...
How many turns are sufficient to make sure it will not fall out and will sit there stably? Well, I guess you should feel it. That's the best way to determine. Okay. All right. We need to untie something here, or rather untangle. So hold it for now, please. Yes, I'm holding it. Okay, I'm trying to undo this. It's not really convenient for me to use my hand like that. Let me do it. Because I do not see anything behind my own hand. We'll do it one more time. Again, I can see my hand now. Are you holding it? Yes. Yes, but my hand actually blocks my line of sight. You can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Looks like it's done. I'll keep pressing it. Yes, if you...
As we approach the 4-hour mark in today's spacewalk, you're watching Nikolái Chub in the blue stripes on his Orlan suit, and just below him, Oleg Kononenko wearing the suit with the red stripes, as they are attaching this mini radar system with a synthetic aperture to a payload adapter on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. At the very top of your screen is an experiment airlock that was moved from the Rosviet module, upon which it was launched 13 years ago and installed on Naúka back in May during a Russian spacewalk by Sergei Prokopiev and Dmitry Petelin.
It's still moving. So I don't know whether it's okay or not to start turning. What is actually moving, the adapter or the wrench? Well, the adapter, or rather both. Is the wrench supposed to remain on the surface? Yes, it has to be on the surface. There should be a small gap, actually. I'm holding it, but... So it looks like the wrench actually came out. Nikolai, look, when you were rotating the wrench, there is a manual drive, and you can see some extra rotation. Yes, the shaft is rotating. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Check behind the cord. See if it's been wound. 15, 16, 17. I'm holding it as hard as I can. 22, but it's not going down. 24. Maybe the wrench is not sitting properly. No, actually, I checked it. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Is it holding in place? No. No, it is not. But I'm trying to pull it out. It's not coming out. Let me try to make those turns now. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Do you want me to try why? No. 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Oh. Okay. Well, right now it's set much tighter, and the cord is wound on it. Well, when I'm turning the key, I hear the clicks, okay? Hold this, please. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Stop. Make a back turn. Now, again, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Hold on, there's a thread. Back it up a little bit, that thread, okay? No, that's a thread. 4 hours even. Now we need to unwind this one. Copy. No, it's kind of strange. It's not coming out, not falling out, but it's still loose. Well, I guess this has something to do with the ratchet cycle. Okay, we are turning clockwise. Yes. If I hold you like this, is this convenient for you? Okay, clockwise. Yes. Inaudible.
We've passed the 4-hour mark in today's spacewalk that began at 12:49 p.m. Central Time, 1:49 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, no, I can.
Kononenko and Chub continue the installation of a mini radar system with a synthetic aperture on a payload adapter on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. This following work to isolate the external radiator on Naúka that developed a coolant leak back on October 9th. The work today configured a series of valves to basically shut off any residual flow of coolant into the external radiator that sprung the leak back on October 9th. In the course of inspecting that leak site on the external radiator following the valve work, Kononenko detected a blob of liquid at the leak site on the external radiator that wound up dispersing a number of flakes of coolant, some in his direction, some which got on a tether, others directed in the vicinity of his suit, which was quickly wiped off. The tether was placed in a bag not to be returned inside the International Space Station.
But the shaft is rotating. I can see that. But there were no idle clicking, no slips. And again, the shaft is rotating. Do you believe that there is enough depth? Look here, there are some gaps. That's how I can see it. Let me make more turns. Hold it. I'm holding. Are you sure we're not making idle turns? But again, I can see the shaft turning. Let me turn around a little. Around a little bit. Okay. It's cooler this way. Are you holding it? Yes. I can see the shaft rotation. Well, now I heard two wretched sounds. Okay, we undid it. So did you hear those clicks? Yes. Twice when I did it, and twice when Nikolái did it.
Такое ощущение, что оборотов 200 сделали. Чего?
Say it again.
Оборотов 200 сделали.
It feels like you've done about 200 turns. Well, we quit counting after about 60. Okay, what's next? Here, we will secure it with wire ties. Yes. Right here, right on the lock, right? Do you see the wire ties I'm holding? Yes. Yes, I can see it. All right. Run it through. In work. Oleg, Nikolái? Yes. We received the telemetry confirming that the adapter has been installed nominally. Great news.
And with that, the cosmonauts reporting that the payload adapter has been installed on Naúka, upon which the synthetic radar aperture system will be installed a short time from now and electrically connected to Naúka to provide data back to the engineers at the Russian Mission Control Center.
Maybe we should stuff it into the trash bag. No, it's way too large. And it's on the way. That's enough? No. No, it's not secure yet.
Ну, как мы с вами договаривались, сначала будем работать.
Oleg. Unintelligible. Say it again, Sergey.
Сначала будем работать с разъемами, а потом уже снимем привод ручной.
As we agreed, you'll start working with the connectors, and then we'll move to the manual drive. Okay. So do we need to disconnect the connectors? Say it again. They're not in order here. Which one is this? This is number 5. The one that you're holding. D made the 2 on the left side.
Еще раз. Расстыковываю третий, четвертый.
So I'm demating 3 and 4.
Третий, четвертый и шестой.
2, 3, 4, and 6. It's just 3 and 4 are on my side.
Второй, третий,
Demate.
четвертый, шестой.
2, 3, 4, 6. Affirmative.
Так, отстыковываю, работаю с шестым.
All right, I am working with number 6.
Нет, тут забыла.
Not that simple.
Мне левой рукой неудобно. Так, один отстыковал.
It's not convenient to work with the left hand. Number 3.
4 или 3? Расстыковал.
Copy.
4. Расстыковал номер 3 и номер 4.
I demated numbers 3 and 4.
Давай, держи, мне удобно, я сжался. Все? Держи вот эти секунды. Держу.
Now hold these ones.
2,
I'm holding it.
3, 4. Теперь расстыковываю 2.
3 and 4 are demated. I am working on demated number 2.
Дайте я попробую правой.
Let me try it with my right hand.
Два я уже открыл практически.
No, I almost opened it up. Almost got it. Correction.
Провернул в открыто.
All right, and you turned it.
Дернул. Так, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, and 6. 6 is on your side.
Нет, ты сначала замок открой.
Open the lock first, or latch.
Ну да, я же поняла. Он в нижнем положении.
All right, and I see the position. I can't really push my finger through there. At the top. There we go. Now we've got it open.
Проворачиваем.
Let's turn.
Чуть-чуть не довернулся. Чуть.
And it has turned.
О.
There we go.
Второй, третий, четвертый.
2, 3, and 4, and 6.
Это. Так, может их приподать.
Copy.
Сразу.
And we can secure the caps right away.
А давайте так сделаем.
Near parus. Yeah, let's do that.
Так, Сергей,
Sergey, and the payloads adapter, can we connect to it? No.
не можем, Коль.
No, Nikolai, you cannot secure yourself to it. Copy, I understand.
Так, и как туда дотянуться тогда?
Okay, how do we go about it? Do I have it? No. The caps for these ones, hold on. The caps are on paros. Did you manage to reach it? No, not yet, but it's in progress. Okay. That's neat. Did you manage to reach it? I would not risk saying that for now. All right. Have a look. That pin that you used for the latch, make sure that those pins don't escape and that they would not escape. Okay, 1, 2, 3. On the side of the handrail and the handle, I see 4 locks with 4 pins, and all these pins are in their nominal locations. Also, do you see all 4? No, in total there are 4.
This is Mission Control Houston. On the left side of your screen is Nikolái Chub in the first spacewalk of his career. On the right, with the red stripes, Oleg Kononenko, veteran cosmonaut, now conducting the 6th spacewalk in his career as they monitor the installation of the radar system that you see, the orange-colored device on a payload adapter on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module.
Amazing. There is the moon, the ocean, and we managed to get everything secured, and we can continue working the timeline. And what about the Wi-Fi? Could you try and hide it as well? I've got a little bit too many items here, so I'm not sure if I can do anything with the Wi-Fi. I see that. Okay, so unintelligible Wi-Fi. Well, for now, I removed only 1 Wi-Fi, but I'm going to check. Okay, that's number 5, and it's connected to the cable. Okay, Sergey, for now, the Wi-Fi, I'm going to attach it to the payload's adapter. Do you have anything against? No, nothing against it. And we will probably need to remove the cable slack.
We are in a handover between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system, a momentary loss of comm with the International Space Station at the 4-hour, 19-minute mark in today's spacewalk, as the two cosmonauts, Kononenko and Chub, prepare to install a radar aperture system for scientific studies on a payload adapter on the Naúka module of the International Space Station.
4 connectors. Can I attach them to 4142? Is that okay? We currently don't have any video, but you can, if possible, attach it to pretty much any available handrail. Okay, so I guess first of all we need to connect the cables. That's what I'm doing actually. And putting it in the, laying them correctly as we need to have them. Oleg, the handrails that you tied everything to, will you be able to use UFA payloads adapter handrail? It's stripy, black and white. We'll try. It's such a huge, it looks like a huge barrel. Do you mean the docking node? Yeah, they are basically the airlock. All right, I have the cables in the right configuration, and I'm ready to hand the cover caps to you. Let me untie them. Or untangle them. Unintelligible. Well, I'm off to remove the wire tie, right? In this location? Yes. I kind of got used to working here. And let me start from the very top. This one got tangled up. All right, I have removed the wire tie from the top. Copy. For whatever reason, I can't really turn the cover. Well, you don't need to turn it. All you need to do is just put it on. Well, it's not holding tight. If if it gets if anything touches it, then they will just fall off. All you need to do is just install it. They don't need to be rotated, turned, or anything. Well, they're not holding. They're in place.
Может быть, нам закрыть крышками разъемы, а это колечко, за которое...
Maybe you can close the connectors with the caps.
Это колечко продеть проволочную фиксацию.
And that little ring, you thread the wire tie through it and tie it a little bit.
Можно.
We could. Nikolai, would you give me one wire tie? Of course. I think it's better to install the connectors and then do everything else. Okay, let's start on the connectors, and then we can do whatever needs to be done with the caps. All right, we'll put it in work. Copy. Where are the cables? Let's see how they are marked. How do you want us to disconnect them? Does it matter? In what order? Any order that's convenient for you. All right. Just 4, 3, 2. 2, 6. 3, 6. All right, hold on. I'm looking at the nomenclature, basically. What number is the high frequency one that's closest to me? Which one is that? It's number 6. Okay, 4, 2, 3. Do you have number 6? Yeah. Could you please hold it? All right, we have number 6.
Держать?
Got it?
Я попробую.
Let me try.
Смотри, там карабин.
Make sure the French hook is right. And where is the ball? The ball is right there on my end. And make sure the line is pointed in my direction.
This is Mission Control in Houston. We've hit the 4.5-hour mark in today's spacewalk by Nikolái Chub, who's wearing the Orlan spacesuit with the blue stripes, near the mini radar synthetic aperture system. Oleg Kononenko just below him, wearing the Orlan suit with the red stripes, as they continue to mate electrical cables for the radar system. That's the orange-colored device that was installed on a payload adapter on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module.
It's right here on this end.
Once they complete those electrical connections, the various sections of that radar system will be unfurled to collect scientific data for engineers back at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside of Moscow. Earlier today, the main objective of the mission today, the spacewalk by Kononenko and Chub, was completed with the isolation of a leaking external radiator that sprung a coolant leak back on October 9th. It was isolated from the rest of Naúka's cooling loops through the configuration of several valves by the two cosmonauts. Once that was completed, Kononenko went to take detailed photography of the leak site on that external radiator that was installed back on a Russian spacewalk this past May, and discovered a blob of coolant that was basically floating around the area of the leak site, and which eventually spewed some flakes of coolant in his direction. He was instructed to back away from the area. Some of that coolant made it to one of his safety tethers that he disconnected and placed in a bag. It will not be returned inside the International Space Station. And he wiped off his Orlan suit with towels that have been provided for the two cosmonauts just in case of something like this happening. There will be other precautionary measures before the two cosmonauts re-enter the Poisk airlock at the end of the spacewalk this evening to ensure that no contaminant particles make its way back into the station once the airlock is repressurized. So that external radiator is now isolated from the rest of the cooling system on Naúka as was intended. Engineers will be studying the photo documentation captured by Kononenko to determine what their next course of action will be regarding any possible repairs to that leak site area. The external radiator provides a backup cooling capability for the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module for payloads that would demand a higher amount of heat rejection capability. Meanwhile, the radiators on the body of Naúka itself that it launched with back in 2010, when it launched on the Rosviet module on the STS-132 mission, along with an experiment airlock that you see at the top of your screen. The body radiators provide the primary cooling for Naúka's systems and are functioning just perfectly.
That they're between the connectors. That's number 2. And it doesn't reach. How come? It's a pretty long tail end.
Не допровернулся еще. Ага. А там бабушка не попала? Нет, вроде. Не дошел? Нет.
Did it fit? Nope.
Давай его вытащи еще.
Let's pull it out.
Вот левой рукой не будет совсем.
Oh, it's probably not the best to do it with. So, fixing unit is open. It is closed. Hold on, it was closed. And verify that the pins are okay, please.
Еще нормально?
It looks good.
Я не вижу.
I don't see it. There is a fat pin across from the ball. Is that what you see? That's what we see.
Я сейчас проверну.
All right, and I'm turning it.
О,
All right, done.
пальцы не лезут. Закрыл.
Closed. Number 2 has been connected.
Давай, давай. А, четвертый еще твердый.
And number 4 too.
Вот четвертый.
There we go.
Так, разъем открыт.
The connector is open.
Через 20 секунд.
In 20 seconds, we are going to go into orbital night. We see it already.
Все, сел.
And the sun is down.
Так, четвертый состыкован.
All right, number 4 has been connected. Copy.
Так, Оля, мой тут звонок не мешает?
Nikolái, how is the lock here? Is it in the way?
Так, мне пока, может, что-нибудь прибандажирую.
Do you want me to tie something up meanwhile? Probably not.
Блин. Держать.
Do you want me to hold it?
Проворачивается, я пытаюсь проворачиваться. Тут вижу, занатыкано.
Well, it's kind of like everything is like so tight in here and squeezed in there.
Пошел.
All right, it's working.
Все.
Done? Done.
Совмещены, все нормально. Так, третье
All right, number 3 has been connected. Copy.
У нас все разъемы состыкованы, правильно?
So basically you have all the connectors
Все разъемы состыкованы.
mated, right? Yes. That's good.
Не, вот можно вот к самому адаптеру приступать.
And 4114 or the adapter itself? Well, the adapter itself is okay too. Or is it long enough?
Вот через кольцо крыши.
And Nikolái, just go through the rings of the caps. That's what I'm doing.
this is adjustable. Would it be better? Let me try 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you go under it? No, it's actually better if I go above. No, no need to do so. Well, actually, the one that's down there. We're gonna carry it, right? Yes, stand by. Just a minute. Let me pull them. The one that's down there, which one is it? Is it the one with the stripes? No, do not push it aside. Let it go above. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And this one is going to go underneath. I'm holding it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? Do you have enough wire ties? Yes, we have enough wire ties. And you could put it over your finger? No, on top. If you can pull through the top. Can your hand fit there? Can you please hold the bundle? Are you holding it? Yes, holding it. Okay. And my arm can't reach there. Is it fine now? Yes. Okay. Sergey, we have wire tied the respective parts to the adapter handrails, and it is also secured through the rings of the caps. Can you please take photographs of connector patch panel 13 and also secure the cable harness? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. There is this rag that's hanging out. Nikolai, you can take mine. You can take mine, and I'm going to be holding this fabric. Turning it on. It is recording now. Turning around. It is connected now. It needs to be secured. It is secured with wire ties. It's connected. Would it work it if you can go through there? Can you hold it on this piece? Yes. It's upside down, but I think they'll figure it out. There are 2 more connectors that are farther away. Inaudible. Everything is already routed there. Okay, let's go ahead and remove it. Let me stow the camera away.
Так, Сергей, можем, наверное, снимать.
All right, Sergey, I guess we're going to remove the unit.
Так, вот смотри, у нас... Олег Дмитриевич,
So, Oleg,
да. Да.
go ahead.
Привод ручной. Я еще отобрал.
Just remove the manual actuator.
Снимаем привод ручной, да.
The manual actuator, yes.
Адаптер должен одним фалом быть или нет?
What about the adapter? Should it have one tether or not? No, Oleg,
Перестраховать должны фалы.
you should swap tethers. The tethers that you used for carrying the adapter to the manual actuator.
Так, один на кого?
Okay, so which one? Where? Nikolai.
Сейчас пока не вижу.
I don't see it now. So I have untethered, one tether.
А вот 41.
Where does it go? 4114.
А тебе что, снимать его удобно?
Where it is wire tied.
Я его вообще снимать не надо.
Do you think it will be convenient to take it off?
Я сейчас проволоку.
Well, we don't have to take it off. Well, we're going to carry it back, so I'm not going to need it for now. So let me just secure it on me, on myself, and then you're going to remove it from me. Sergey, we're supposed to carry two tethers, so one of the tethers would go on myself, and then the other one on the unit. Or do you need two tethers? Are we carrying two? You have to carry two because we need to take all of the tethers off the adapter. So you need to swap tethers and secure them on the manual on the manual actuator. One of them is secured, and what about the other one? Is it the one that's hooked on the Paros payload? Yes, the adapter.
Могу дотянуться. Да что, да проволоку убрать.
I can reach to put away the wire tie. Do I need to push you? Do you need help?
Я там снизу, я не знаю, куда ее удобно.
Well, I'm not sure where to put it best. Do I need this wire tie, or can I just secure it here and remove the cables? You can just attach it there. Nikolai, you aren't going to need the wire tie. So, also you can use it to remove the slack of the cable harness, cables that have been routed. Copy that. And Nikolai, underneath your right hand. But I have removed one of them from the mini RSA unit, and then the other one, where is it? It is secured on the base panel. Where is it? It's on my side, so go ahead and remove it and put it in the adapter. So, mini RSA should be untethered from the adapter. Is that correct? Well, it should be deployed, right? But not the base panel. But, Sergey, do you copy? The two tethers should be attached. Go ahead and remove the manual actuator first. It should have two tethers on it. Stand by. We are not asking about the manual actuator. We are asking about the tether that's going from the mini RSA unit to the adapter. Do we keep it here, or is it removed? No, it should be removed. Okay, removed. And where does it go? Go ahead and hook it on me. So I have two tethers now. And they are attached to the manual actuator on the other side. Okay, copy. You need to remove all of the tethers from the hardware. So you should have 3 tethers. So we have 1 more left. Is that the one that should be attached to the satellite? Yes, and it says Parus here. Okay, I see it. Okay, we've gone up a bit. Крыло bag is here. That's right. Sergey, just to check once again. Are you here? Yes, I'm here. Take a look at this. We have removed the wire tie from the mini RSA unit.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 51 minutes into today's spacewalk by Oleg Kononenko and Nikolái Chub. They are wrapping up work with the installation of the mini radar synthetic aperture device on a payload adapter on the Naúka multipurpose laboratory module. Once this is complete, the next step and the last major task planned for the spacewalk today is the installation of a deployment mechanism in which there is a solar sail nanosatellite called Parus, which is the Russian word for sail. That deployment device basically will have a manual actuator that will pop open the top of this device and allow the nanosatellite to be spring ejected.
On the unit. Okay, copy.
This satellite is designed to collect data on solar sail technology. Once again, earlier in the day, the external radiator on Naúka that was installed during a Russian spacewalk back in May, first launched as part of the payload complement on the Rosviet module on the STS-132 mission in May of 2010, was isolated from the rest of the cooling system on Naúka when Kononenko and Chub configured a number of valves to shut off any possibility of the flow of additional coolant into that external radiator that is a backup radiator system designed to handle heat rejection for payloads in the multipurpose laboratory module. The bulk of the cooling capability for Naúka comes in body-mounted radiators that the module was launched with. After the steps were taken to isolate the external radiator from the cooling reservoir for Naúka, Kononenko made his way towards the leak site where the coolant leak on that radiator first began on October 9th, and noticed essentially a pooling of coolant at what is presumed to be the leak site. He was taking detailed photo documentation of that leak site area and the resulting residual coolant that was pooled in that area, possibly disturbed by the opening and closing of valves to isolate the radiator itself. Some of that coolant escaped from the leak site in the form of flakes of coolant that made its way towards Kononenko, some of which got on one of his safety tethers, some which drifted in the vicinity of his suit. His suit was wiped down with towels, and the safety tether was removed, one of several safety tethers used to secure a crew member during a spacewalk. It was placed in a bag and will be left outside the International Space Station.
Also, can you tie up some of the cable slack? Let's see. So I'm holding the manual actuator in one hand. Can you please attach it? What about the second one? Does it go in the same place? Well,
Нет, два, третий...
will it be too much?
Просто на него тогда.
There are two, and then the third one can just go here.
Держи. А вот на него вешай.
Here. Okay, you can attach it right there. Okay, I'm handing it over.
Есть, нет? Есть.
Did you get it? Yes, got it.
Так, что ты спрашивал?
And Sergey, were you asking something? Please check if you can remove some of the cable slack. Well, I guess we could do it here, but where would it go? Well, yes, we could do that. We could tie it up right here. There is some space if you go up. Let go.
Так, у нас было 5.
All right, so we had 5.
Oleg Dmitrievich, Nikolái.
Oleg, Nikolai,
Да.
go ahead.
У нас было короткий связи.
We had a quick dropout, so I was saying that, yes, we got that. So we had 5 wire ties on the RSA unit, and 4 of them are now secured on the cable of the unit, and another one is used to secure the cables that were disconnected from the connectors. Did you copy? Copy. Nikolai, let's put this piece of fabric into a Kryluk bag. Okay. Well, I think we are done here. Paros is now attached to me, so you can go ahead and release it now. Are there any that are not used? No, not on this side. Okay, so I can just carry it on myself.